In this video, we're going to cover more on tuple creation. So just different ways of creating different tuples. So you can create tuples with parentheses around it. So for instance, let's do 1, 2, 3. That was the first tuple that we created, or slightly different numbers. But you can create the same tuple as 1, 2, 3 like this. If I look at A and I look at B, they are the exact same. And if we test equality with one another, A equals B, we will see that that it does evaluate as true. So this is two different tuple objects. They have the same value. They've just been created in a different manner. Okay, so we'll see later on in an upcoming video where it's necessary to use the parentheses. So sometimes you have to use these parentheses in order to avoid ambiguity. So in order to tell Python, hey, I need to create a tuple here. I don't just need these comma separated objects. So we'll see that upcoming. All right, how do you create an empty tuple? So let's start off with creating an empty list. So an empty list is created with square brackets and nothing inside of it. So that makes sense. An empty tuple, you can't just have nothing here, right? You can't just have a comma. That doesn't work. Well, you can use just a set of empty parentheses. So this is one already right here is where you absolutely must have the parentheses. And we can verify this. It's a type of B, and in fact is a tuple. All right, so how do you create a single element tuple? So you might be thinking, well, all right, it's just one element here. I don't need the comma. Is that it? Is that a one item tuple? Well, no, this has created an integer, right? So let's go back up here. If you put a comma over here, it looks kind of weird, 5 comma, your brain thinks, all right, well, something else should come after this. And it actually is valid code. And this is how you create a one item tuple like this. And this is weird because if you have some other, you could have 5 comma 10 like this, and that also creates a tuple if you look at it. So there's only one comma and there's 2 items in the tuple, but we have 1 comma over here and just 1 item in the tuple. So that's a little weird, just a little edge case. And of course you can put parentheses like this. You still need the comma though, and that'll create that same one item tuple like that. Okay, so that's a few more cases on how you can create different kinds of tuples.